Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Mangumson here, bringing you another Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about the Kamehameha build. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. GEOMAG'S Stabilizers is back, and they're better than ever. They got a little bit of a buff, they got a little bit of a nerf, but we're going to talk about that here in the video. As we're going to be utilizing the Delicate Tomb Fusion Rifle, as we're going to lead into the artifact perks pretty heavily, we're going to try to break the game. That's what we're going to do for the future builds for the channel. We're going to be utilizing the subclass Stormcaller. Stormcaller with the Chaos Reach, Healing Rift, Burst, Glide, Ball, Lightning, Pulse Grenade, Arc Soul, Electrostatic Mine, Spark of Recharge, Spark of Beacons, Amplitude, and Shock. Now, the standout perks here are going to be Beacons and Amplitude. As Spark of Beacons, while you are amplified and you utilize your special weapon, you will create this blinding effect that will blind nearby enemies. So we're going to be needing that, as blinding effects do affect champions. So we are going to be combining this with the anti-barrier auto rifles and the unstoppable fusions. The two different siphoning mods we're going to use is the Arc Siphon and the Solar Siphon with the strand attached to it, as you can utilize and change around the Fusion Rifle if you want to. If you don't want to use Delicate Tomb and you're utilizing a different activity, you want to still use that Unstoppable. Next, we're going to be utilizing the Tectonic Tangles and the Elemental Orbs Arc. So when we switch to a strand class, we got that, but the Elemental Orbs Arc is what's going to be leaning into our build. So the Overload machine guns and the Elemental Fury, along with the communal pickups. So people do like to pick up our orbs and pick up our tangles, so we want to get a little bit of benefit from that. And Elemental Fury, while stunned, champions take bonus damage from your allies and Elemental Orb damage. So whenever you create it, or whenever you stun a champion and you use your abilities, you're going to be using your Chaos Reach, you're going to be using your Ball, Lightning, Melee Grenade, you're going to be utilizing your Pulse Grenade. You want those champions to take extra damage from you and your allies, so that you are able to dish out more damage in these harder activities through the Savathun Spire and all that when you hit those higher tiers, because they're nothing to wave a stick at. We are going to combine this with the last perk on the artifact tree, the Monochromatic Maestro. Dealing elemental ability damage increases matching weapon damage, and elemental weapon damage increasing matching ability damage, bonus granted 10% for 5 seconds. That is a mouthful. That is a lot to say about the Monochromatic Maestro, but in a nutshell, what we're going to be doing is it's a passive perk that's going to be giving us damage in the background as we deal more damage, pushing out more damage, combining that with the Elemental Fury and the and the Elemental Orbs that we end up hitting the enemies with, as that takes that damage up substantially, by at least 25 or sometimes 35% in most cases. The elemental munitions, right? Combatants' final blows with tangles or elemental orbs have a chance to drop special or heavy ammo. And in the testing with the elemental munitions, you are going to get the special and heavy ammo drops every few kills. So we really don't need to build that into our kit on our armor per se. You know, we don't have to take up any energy slots or any armor slots for the helmet when we want to utilize heavy ammo pickup, special weapon pickup, because when you're utilizing this build, you're going to be using Delicate Tomb on the regular, and you're going to run out of special ammo. But picking up that orb that it generates and throwing it at an ad and getting that extra special and heavy ammo is quite the deal. So we are going to go over the Delicate Tomb's Trader's Vessel. Fires a wide horizontal spread when shot from the hip. Final blows have a chance to create an Ionic Trace, and powerful foes and killing guardians will always create an Ionic Trace. We want those Ionic Traces, as collecting an Ionic Trace overcharges the weapon's next shot, jolting targets on hit. So we got the jolt, we got the amplitude, we stay amplified, getting the Ionic Traces back for our GEOMAG'S Stabilizers, feeding back into our super, feeding back into our ability gains, utilizing Arc Soul, and we risk it for the biscuit, all for the GEOMAG'S Stabilizers, which says close enough, right? It used to be way better when it was close enough back in the day. But anyway, damaging targets with Chaos Reach extends its duration. Collecting Ionic charges goes towards Chaos Reach. So the little bit of the nerf that it got there is damaging targets with the Chaos Reach, as before in its second iteration form after the nerf, it just stated that when you use Chaos Reach, it extended the duration. You didn't have to really hit anything with it, so you can kind of spin in a circle and hit a lot of enemies with an extended chaos reach, but now you got to be hitting something or you don't get that extra time. So the time has fluctuated from good to bad to okay to, well, it is chaos reach with a little bit of an extension. It's mainly meant for boss melts and boss DPS, but built into the super, we can cancel that super out and retain some of that super energy up to about 35% in most cases. So appearing on screen right now is my overall build, and what I have individually slotted into each one of my armor pieces. You can pause the video at any time to look over each one of those armor pieces if you would like to go ahead and slot those into your armor pieces to use the Kamehameha build. But you can also go in the description box below and select the dim link, and the dim link will go ahead and load up this build onto your character, right? So if you don't have some of the armor pieces, some of these things can be interchangeable. Like I said, Spark of Amplitude, Spark of Beacons are the things that really make this build shine. The Delicate Tomb with its jolting capabilities and granted Ionic charges, and our overall build getting 2-3 Ionic charges back at a single time to build into our Chaos Reach. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you go out there and use the Kamehameha build, and I will see you in the next one.
Xivu Arath draws strength from our conflict. She believes her logic absolute. I will grasp it and contravene its power. Do not be afraid.